Julian, it's a nice, warm day in New Orleans. It's sunny, cloudless, and you are at the Port of New Orleans on the boardwalk, walking hand in hand with Leah. And the two of you are kind of smiling and laughing, but there's an undertone of nervous disappointment and anxiety with the approaching separation that's going to happen as you start your journey on this cruise ship. She squeezes your hand. Are you sure that this is worth it? I mean, I'm willing to wait. I'm willing to, I mean, I can pick up a few extra shifts and
No, no, this is a lot of money for a few weeks.
yeah, I know it is. It
Like
is.
fast. This is fast. This is like what we need. Are, are you okay? Are you?
I mean, of course. Yeah, no, I'm going to miss you. And also, like, we definitely shouldn't have watched the Titanic. I know that it was a joke, and we did
No,
it as a joke, but now I'm actually kind of nervous about it. So,
listen, no, it's not. It's a cruise, it's not a voyage,
yeah.
right? Like it's not we're not going near icebergs.
Well, in Poseidon, it was a tidal wave.
Okay, I don't know if we're going far enough into the ocean. Okay, well that's actually a really good question.
Okay, well, what about all those people that got stuck on the ship and they smelled like poop for days?
Okay, that's the worst that's gonna happen. Then we got to figure out a way to deal with this anxiety because you're spiraling.
You're
You're
right.
spiraling.
Okay, I just,
It's gonna. Are you?
I'm just trying to convince you not to go, I guess.
Well, okay. So say I don't go.
No, no, not actually. We've talked
Okay.
about this. I'm not flaking. I support you. I support you. I support this decision, and I think it'll be good for you, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not nervous,
Yeah.
but I'll text you at every port. I'll text you when I'm back immediately. I'll send you pictures. You downloaded WhatsApp, right?
Yeah, yeah, I
Because
did.
I'm pretty sure there's Wi-Fi, so I can send you goodnight texts, and
And nudes and stuff.
I I'm not gonna be like I'll have a bunkmate. I'm
Oh,
pretty sure.
really? But you're like the head of security.
Yeah, but most of the rooms are for guests, so if I don't have a bunkmate, nude for sure.
Okay, well, just that would be cool.
You're such a fucking freak.
Just tell me that you'll enjoy yourself. I think that's maybe the thing that I'm the most worried about. Like, this is gonna be fun. You're gonna
Not
be around a bunch of cool shit, and you're not gonna have to work all day every day. You know, so just enjoy yourself.
fine.
Fine.
I will maybe think about enjoying myself in my place of work.
She kind of looks at you and smiles. You both hear a Ms. Richmond, and you turn.
Immediately, like,
Yeah, you turn, and you see a tall, broad-shouldered black man with short, dark hair sprinkled with gray, clean shaven. Currently has his captain's uniform on with his cap kind of like pushed on, held onto his side as he holds the cap. And he says, Julian Richmond.
yes. Yes, sir.
He puts out a hand. Captain Arthur Clements, nice to meet you.
Oh, Captain. Yeah, very,
Oh, I
very
mean,
nice to meet
face
you.
to face.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Not over the phone. Absolutely, yes. Nice to meet you.
So I hear this is your first time on a cruise ship.
Yes, sir.
Well-
Not my first time running security, though.
No, I understand. Well, it's gonna be a good time. Just do what I ask you to, but also, you know, I'm willing to hear other opinions. Don't be afraid to speak your mind. And just remember that safety comes first, and that ranges the entire spectrum. You know, mental,
Absolutely.
emotional, all that.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. All right. Well, I'll see you on board. And he reaches out another hand, shakes it. And you see he's kind of like, this was an awkward exchange. This is not something you expected, and he seems to be, I don't know, preoccupied by something. And he turns and walks away. Leah kind of looks at you. Okay. Well, at least he seems nice.
We'll see, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Well, it seems like you should go.
Yeah, I think that was my cue. I love you. I will miss you every single second of my days. And your butt.
Julian! Julian! And your vision immediately shifts, and Julian is standing above you as she's pulling you through, Leah is standing above you as she's pulling you through this gate. You hear the monsters on the other side scratching and trying to break through this gate. You hear Abe, come on, everybody, get up. And your vision kind of fades back out, and it opens again. You feel yourself being literally lifted up a fire escape. As your vision kind of comes in and out, you see Brandy at the top of the roof with her rifle looking down. Your vision kind of fades out again. All of you are standing on a rooftop. Down below, you hear the screaming and screeching of metal as infected slam against the gate below. Most of you saw it, and if you didn't see it, have been informed that as Julian was reaching through the gate and trying to unlock or lock the gate, an infected reached in, grabbed Julian, and there's now a large bloody bite right underneath the left arm on the back, and was also knocked unconscious. You got your shit kicked in. And Abe and Roy are off to the side, talking to themselves, hushed. They seem a little panicked. Leah is kneeling over Julian, crying. Brandy, Patricia, Courtney, Victoria, you're all catching your breath, reeling from what just happened. You see Julian on the ground. The four of you, you've only been here a couple days. You've not had this conversation. You don't know what this bite means. All you know is that Julian is unconscious, down for the count. And I'll say, from the four of you who are not Julian, let's go ahead and get vibe checks from you guys. And let me know if you get above a 15. Okay? Brandy got above a 15? Nope, not Courtney. Okay. Patricia got above a 15. And Victoria? You're good. You're good. This is the check I'm the most proud of. Vibe check.
So sorry, I opened the wrong spreadsheet.
You're good. What'd you get? Oh, you don't know yet. Okay. I think
I'm pretty sure I got a 15.
a 15. Okay.
I got 15.
Okay, perfect. You're good. So the three of you, Courtney, you correct me if you want to. This is your character, but maybe in this moment you're a bit distraction. Maybe you're also kneeling over Julian right now, just trying to gain, an idea of what's going on. What was your vibe check?
7.
7. Okay. So what I'm going to say with that vibe check for you at a 7, looking down at Julian here, Julian is unconscious, and Leah seems... Julian's not dead. Julian's unconscious. Doesn't look great, necessarily. But, yeah, the bite sucks, the hurt sucks, but, she'll probably be okay. But Leah seems incredibly upset. More so than just, this is tragic. If that makes sense to you.
Yeah.
But that's what you get on a 7. The rest of you, you're not... I mean, you are looking at Julian, you're looking at Leah. You notice that same thing. But you also notice that Abe and Roy are hushed in conversation with each other and looking over at Leah and Julian, and seem to have worry on their face. And Abe seems a little scared. Roy seems a little angry. But that's what you guys get from those vibe checks. Do any of you do anything specific in this moment?
Courtney, being the medically proficient of the group, would try to bring them back. Oh my god, Julian, fuck! I thought you were right behind me, and try patching up the wounds.
Yeah, you start to use your.
Would go watch and help if she can. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Courtney was showing you some tips, and so this is kind of just a continuation of that. And you start to use your med kit on Julian, and it works. How many hit points do you heal Julian?
They were effectively at 0.
Correct.
So I would probably pump a full one into them and give them 7.
7? Okay. Julian.
Yeah.
And Angie. I know that you know some of this, but we'll say this for the stream. You have now healed 7 out of your 8 possible hit points. You are at a -1 to all stats. And...
Wait, -1 from what I already have, or -1 across the board?
-1 on all... On every roll, basically.
From the roll.
On every roll, including also a negative on your AC. -1 on your AC. So it should go down to 11 for you.
Okay, so you're saying -1.
Yes.
Okay, not -1.
Yes.
The stat does not become -1.
That's what I was
Oh, my bad.
Yes.
Yeah. -1 to everything. Yes, correct. I understand the confusion now.
Subtract 1.
Subtract
from
1. No,
every
-1 is the better way to put it. -1 to everything except your HP, which goes down to 8. 8
and
possible.
my muscle is now -1, though, too.
Okay. All right.
Okay, sorry, I didn't do this before.
No. So you
my
take your time
AC
doing that.
I have the vest. Does that count?
Yeah,
still?
that still counts.
Okay.
So yeah,
So it'll be a 12.
So it'll be a 12. Okay. Good thing you have the vest. So
That's how I stayed alive.
Patricia and Courtney, you two are doing. You're working on Julian. You're effectively getting her up and awake right now. Brandy, what are you specifically doing in this moment?
I want to go over to Abe and Roy immediately and just try to figure out what the hell's going on. She'll probably go right up and be like, "All right, what is it? What?"
Okay, I see Victoria. You're nodding your head. Do you head over there as well?
Do I come with?
I would actually, as a zombie enthusiast in my spare time, I think I would go to where they're trying to heal Julian.
Okay.
And maybe be like, I don't know about this.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
I love that. I love
So we'll cut back to that.
Oh,
So you walk up to Roy and Abe.
what is going on? Just tell me. I can handle it.
They kind of look at each other. Roy, like, I don't know. And Abe says, she can handle it. Bites are how this happens. It's how you see those people around you turn into those things down there. We've discovered that if it's on an extremity, you can maybe stop it. But where she's been bit,
That's not an extremity.
it's too late.
Well, then what are we doing?
That's what we're trying to decide. Roy kind of shakes his head. She's got a few hours in her. Sometimes up to 8 or 9 before symptoms really sink in. But sometimes a lot shorter than that too.
Well, there's all those people over there around her. We gotta act now.
Yeah, I mean, it's you guys. It's up to. I think it's kind of up to you guys. And he looks at Roy. We gotta let them handle this. She's one of hers.
But Leah's one of yours, so who's gonna take care of her?
I mean, he kind of looks at Roy, and you see that there's something that they're both thinking but not saying. And you can try to
She
coerce
just,
it out of them, or you can.
Looks at him with like a seriously, like I am neither child nor squeamish, so
I'm not. It's a little taste.
we don't
If
have
she
enough
can
time
move,
to-
if she can move, if she can get up, we could use her. And if she wanted to, we could use her as. He kind of looks at Roy. Roy just shakes his head. She'd be a damn good distraction.
All right, well, let's see. It's her choice if she's awake. And knowing what I know about her in the very little time that I have known her, is that she'd probably be stupid enough to say yes to that. So let's just give her the chance.
They gesture to her. The rest of you, you are standing there kneeling there, I guess, with Julian. Julian's starting to come into consciousness, and Victoria comes over and is like, I don't know if this is a great idea.
If Abe and Roy aren't going to be man enough to go, she's just going to walk over and be like, all right, well, it's not good, guys, so how much do you want to know?
What do you mean? She was unconscious, but she's fine.
How
Oh,
much
we
do you
just
want
helped
to
her
know?
a lot.
How much do you want to know? Like, yeah.
Everything. We gotta know.
The Roy and Abe just kind of look at you. Leah just like really starts to sink in to her sadness now.
And Brandy like looks at that, it's just like, oh fucking shit. Well, they all know it, and we don't, and it seems like the bite is not good. It's very bad, actually. Like real bad. Like turned her into another one of the zombies bad.
I'm like standing behind Leah, and I'm like gesturing to everyone. I'm like,
Absolutely tasteless. Leah says, "They're right. It can take a day or so sometimes." Roy's like,
Sometimes not, though. So
Well, there's got to be something we can do.
to fix it, I don't think so.
Abe
not
says,
that we know.
Patricia, with all due respect, and I do really mean with all due respect because you couldn't know, but there's a reason this world turned into what it is. There's a reason everything is the way you see it now, and it's because there's no way to stop it. And if there was, it's not something you can find at a state-of-the-art hospital, let alone a pharmacy or something. It's not possible. Julian, you come to conscious hearing it's not possible. That's the first thing that you hear as you come into consciousness.
What's not possible?
Julian, oh, and Leah bends down and hugs you. Yeah, it hurts. It hurts.
Fuck. What the fuck? What is that? Is there something stuck to me?
Abe, like, looks at this situation, looks at all of you. You clearly see in his face the realization of, like, fuck, someone has to tell. It's, like, too much for him, and he just walks away. Roy is just standing there in silence. Leah is hugging you, Julian, and sobbing.
Okay. What happened?
I think I would be like, it's okay, you're gonna be okay. You know, just like trying to soothe the situation.
Okay, yeah.
Brandy's gonna crouch down near Julian and is gonna look her right in the eye. We've been through some shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not good.
Me?
Yeah.
Why? What?
And she like kind of set her jaw and nod, and we just found out that well, they knew the bite is gonna make you one of them sooner
Right.
rather than later.
I immediately like reach back to where the like tightness is, and
Yeah.
I feel like the
Your fingers
ridges-
come away with a sheen of blood on them.
I like look at Leah and Brandy, and then everybody.
Leah just is like, she just nods her head and just like buries it into your shoulders.
How long?
Could be a couple hours, could be less, could be more, but it's not more than like 9. So
It
9 hours.
it has been before. Well, it's weird. The more we go along in this place, the longer it seems to take. I don't know what's happening, but it could be 3 hours from now. It could be tomorrow morning.
And how long till we get to the point?
He looks over at Abe. Abe kind of sighs. He doesn't turn back. He just says, We're just like on foot. We're about 2 hours away.
So it seems to me like I have some work to do.
No, no. This is Leah. No, we stay here.
No.
We gotta. You can't. I mean, what if moving around? What if that makes it worse? What if?
Worse than 3 hours? Baby, listen.
I just got you back.
We've got a job to do, Leah. And you know how I feel about work. You know how I feel about my job. So let's do...
It's not fair.
No, it's not fucking fair. It's not fucking fair. But look at all these people. Look at...
She takes a second, looks around at everybody.
These are your people.
As she turns and looks at the group around here, when she looks at Patricia's face, what does she see?
I mean, I don't know if she could read it necessarily, but her trauma is pretty close. But a lot of it is envy and the fact that they're gonna get to say goodbye.
Okay. When she looks at Brandy's face, what does she see?
Tears, stoic, calm, but there are like tears silently streaking down.
When she looks at Victoria's face, what does she see?
I think probably trying not to cry. They want to stay strong for everybody, but very much giving Leah the like, I'm so sorry look.
Yeah. Courtney, when she looks at your face, what does she see?
Courtney is a kind of combination between sad, just broken sad,
Yeah.
and angry. And this is another person that he couldn't help, even as he did everything he knew to. He's mad that he didn't ask how this spread. He's mad that he couldn't keep this person safe, that he's been falling around patching up for the last 12 hours.
Yeah.
And mad that now that even all at the end, all the things that he did to help patch her up basically are for nothing. And now hearing that this love that he kind of laughed at is breaking his fucking heart.
Yeah.
And has to get up and like throws like the empty like first aid container off to the side and has to like walk away and just be silent on his own.
Yeah, I mean, a little less than 12 hours ago, you were at these two's wedding on the top of a rooftop. And now you know they won't even get a full 24 hours together, most likely. Abe finally turns back and comes to the group. He says, Julian, are you sure? Are you sure this is what you want to do? You want to keep going? All right. well, you need to regain at least some strength. So we're going to give ourselves 10 minutes. We've got 10 minutes here. And then we're going to keep going. And you see, he's really putting on a front here. But you especially notice this, Brandy. There's a moment where he's wavering, maybe even a lip quiver. And then a switch flips in his brain. And he becomes incredibly stoic and... Alright, that's 10 minutes. Be ready. And he turns and walks away. Roy kind of sighs, and he turns to follow him, arms still crossed. Leah is gonna stand and look at you, Julian, and shake her head and just walk to the edge of the rooftop. What are the rest of you doing? Anything in particular?
I would grab her.
She's not doing it. She's just like walking and standing at the edge of the rooftop, a couple feet back. She doesn't look.
Good call, though.
I
didn't even
would
think
still,
about that.
though, be like over, like making
For
feel
sure.
Like,
Yeah.
what do you need?
Yeah. She looks at you and she's like, thanks. Thank you. I think I just need a second to be alone by myself. I'm not gonna jump or anything. Patricia, are you doing anything in particular? You've seen
Yeah, I
Courtney kind of go off. You've seen Leah go off. Roy.
I want to go over to Julian, actually,
Okay.
and sit down next to Julian. How are you? That's a stupid question.
Good, because I
Look.
just had a stupid answer.
You get to say goodbye. Make it a good one. And I want to take out a ring, like not an engagement ring, but a ring that the captain had given me a long time ago that I always kept sort of tucked away. And I want to give it to Julian.
No.
Give this to Leah if you want. You should.
Why? Why? That's yours.
Because you get a goodbye and you deserve it. And I'm going to put it in her hand and I'm going to walk. And then I'm going to go check on Courtney.
Courtney? Okay, we'll cut back to that. Brandy, what are you doing right now?
Are the infected still down, like, underneath of where we were? Like,
They are, and they're still, they seem to already be kind of like,
Going down.
they're starting to calm down, but yeah, they're still there at that gate.
I think that Brandy is starting to reach a point where the stoic switch isn't working as well for her as it normally does.
Yeah.
And she is gonna see it in Abe, and it kind of like almost snaps her out of her own ability to shut that down, and she like would walk to the edge of the roof and just sit with her legs dangling off, and just kind of watch them down below.
Okay, yeah.
And I think that she would, like, over here, kind of alone, I think she'd cry and
Yeah.
kind of start, like, letting it out in as much privacy as she can afford.
As you are doing that and as you're looking down, you see a figure that is crawling its way in the alleyway. And you see, like, it's hard to see over the pack, but you are high above them. And so you're kind of looking and you can't really make it out. And you see that there's this infected, this runner that is crawling towards the rest of the pack, mindless, hungry, insatiable. It's wearing a dark suit that is slightly tattered. Its left leg is contorted in a unnatural state. And for a second, this husk of Brett looks up at you and makes eye contact. And you see its anger grow tenfold as it rages and starts to really pull itself on its hands and reach out towards you and starts crawling even faster and faster, and eventually you lose it as it reaches the pack at the gate and is too low for you to see above the standing infected. And as you look at that, just kind of crying, the tears fade, and I think there is a speck of humanity that is lost in Brandy in this moment. It's something that has happened to everyone, maybe even multiple times as they've been here on the land. And maybe some people experienced it out there on the sea, but not to this extent. This is reality slapping you in the face. And what do you think Brandy does after this moment passes?
Is there any like chunks of wood lying around?
Sure.
I think she would stop crying and kind of wipe her face and look around, and she'd pick up a chunk of wood and take out her hunting knife, and she would start to carve.
Okay.
Nothing in particular yet, but
Okay.
just to do something with her hands.
All right. We cut back to Patricia coming up, standing next to Courtney, who is off, just kind of looking. And we see you approach her.
Okay.
No.
You did everything you could.
And it wasn't enough. And I don't know that it will be. For the people here, for the people on that boat.
Honey, it's not on you to save everyone.
These people still have no idea what's going on here. And the world's over. This is it. We're in hell. And I don't know how to prepare anybody on that boat for what they're gonna have to face, because I'm not fucking ready.
We can't prepare them, but we might be able to save some of them. And don't we have to try to at least do that?
Of course we're gonna try.
I know. I'll leave you alone if you want to be alone. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Trisha would go find a spot and just kind of sit and reflect.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot to reflect on. Julian, after Patricia leaves you, what do you do?
If you will allow me to, I would assume that we still have like a bag or like some sort of something. Like, could I have access to paper or some sort of like?
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And if I don't have it, then I would like get it from someone. But I would write a letter.
Okay.
So I would just spend the 10 minutes fiddling with the ring and writing a letter for the time.
As the time comes to a close, and you fold this letter, maybe there's a couple of teardrops staining it. That's for you to decide. That's
I'm
for you
a
to decide.
hardened badass.
Where do you put it on your body as you fold it, or do you give it to someone?
I'm going to keep it for now.
Yeah.
Near me, like just in my pocket, but with the intention to disperse of it when the time comes.
Of course, yeah. So you put it in your right pocket. As you're putting it in your right pocket, you hear footsteps, and Leah comes and just sits down next to you, not looking at you, just sitting down next to you. And she sighs. Actually, before she does that, as she's walking to you, she stops by Victoria. And she comes up to you, Victoria. And she says, I appreciate you checking on me. Thank you.
Of course, we can't lose you too. I'm sorry.
No, I wanted to tell you that I'm gonna go back with you. Or whatever it is you end up doing with the people on the ship. I'm gonna do whatever I can to help you.
Of course, yeah. Please stay with us.
I think it's what I should do. So, thank you again. And she just walks away. And as she sits next to you, Julian, she sighs. She starts to cry quietly.
I'll immediately put my arm around her.
Do we have to say goodbye?
Do you want to?
Yes, but no. Part of me just wants to just prolong it as long as we can, but what if we don't get a chance? I married you last night. Now I have to mourn you again.
I don't want to say goodbye because I don't feel like there is a goodbye. Because I won't really go. And you won't really go, so there's no goodbye.
So, we just get up and continue our very normal day.
Very just utterly normal. This is probably the normalest day that I've had in
I think if
years.
I think if there was a normal day awards, this would get the most normal one.
Oh, the absolute first place of normal days.
I'm tired from how boring this day is.
Oh god, I just am gonna fall asleep on the couch because of how boring I am. I'm so bored.
She laughs. That laughter slowly dissolves into a sob. She says, after she finally catches her breath, promise me one thing.
Anything. Literally anything.
If there's anything at all after, just like wait for me.
Oh, fuck yeah. I can't do this again. Are you kidding me? You're it.
Also promise me one more thing. Okay, so 2 things total.
Yeah, for sure. You could do 7. You could do 8.
If you somehow like become a ghost,
Yeah.
will you like
that'd
let
be
me
so
know?
fucking
I really
cool.
want to know
Yeah.
if ghosts are real. I've always wanted
I'll
to know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll haunt your ass.
Please do.
In like a hot way.
And like if I find someone else, like do like mean shit to them.
Oh yeah, I'll fuck with them.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Why are you crying?
Because you always make me cry.
It's such
Why
a
are
normal
you crying?
day. I'm
it's
not.
so regular. This is the stupidest thing. I don't know why I'm crying over just nothing.
She hugs you and kisses you passionately, softly at first,
Yeah.
and then deeply. You both, as you grab each other's face, feel the tears run over your thumbs. But then as you pull away, you both wipe the tears off each other's face. And you stand up. Alright, guys. It's time to get a move on, alright? And you all pick up your things, and you start to make your way. The next 2 hours is a easy journey, but one wrought with emotional tension, silence. Occasionally, you'll hear the quiet sob from Leah. You'll see Abe stop for a moment, making it look as if he's looking off in a different direction, but his gloved hand comes up and wipes a tear away from his face. But eventually, you all come across a long wooden plank that has been put together with everything you can imagine. Hammer and nails, duct tape, wrapped twine, anything and everything that they could find. There's 2x4s, there's broken wooden signs. It is a long plank that is made out of 2 layers of wood. It's pretty sturdy. But it is 30 feet long. And you look across the gap that, Abe points out to you. And all you can feel is just fear. Even if you're not afraid of heights, this is a monstrous task that has been put before you. There's a 25-foot gap that spans these two rooftops. When they flip the plank over, you see that along one side, they have a railing that they've installed, that they have a rope tied to, that with a carabiner that can connect to another rope that they've turned into a harness, so that if a person were to fall, potentially this rope carabiner thing would save them. They countered the weight with more wooden planks on the right side, but didn't have enough metal to make two railings. They advise you not to put your hand on the railing, only use it in case of emergency. It's there to catch you, it's not there to support you. And slowly they raise it up, and they get a rope attached to the very top of it that ties all the way back to the other side of the rooftop you stand on, and they use that to slowly lower it to the other side. And eventually, the wooden plank is there, in place. And now, all of you have to cross it. And this sequence is going to require a series of checks.
No.
You're going to do these checks in the chat. Yes, you are. And you are going to have two options. You are going to need to roll agility checks to get across this bridge. You can roll one straight agility check, or you can roll one with advantage, but you'll have to do it 2 times. Both times at advantage, but you will have to do it twice. So it's either one straight roll or 2 rolls at advantage, and this would be you taking it slow. The DC is 10. It's not that hard, but it's possible to not make it. If you do not make the agility check, I have another series of checks already pre-written out that will come into place. I have, I think, a check for every scenario. So, Abe is going to go first. He gets a +4 to his checks. He is going to take it slow and roll at advantage twice. I'm going to roll for him now. That's 1 success. That is a natural 20. That is a second success. Abe masterfully crosses this plank. He's done it before. He tells you that. He knows that it's safe. And he goes first to show you that it's safe. As he's about halfway through, all of your guts fall into your feet. Because it's windy up here. There's a moment where he has to kind of catch himself. And you see the bridge itself wobble. And he tells you to expect that. He tells you that there's going to be wobbling. But still, seeing it in effect is terrifying. But he makes it to the other side. And then Roy says, "All right, I should be last, so who's next?"
Alright, I'm going.
All right, Brandy. So what is your modifier to agility?
+4.
+4?
So I kind of just want to go for it.
You can just go for it. Are you just going to go for it? You got to tell me before you roll. You're just going to go for it. All right,
I
roll.
think she would just go for it.
All right, that is a total of 14.
Oh.
That'll get you across. You are... You just decide in that moment, like, just as if you were walking over a bed of hot coals, it's all about no hesitation and commitment.
Yeah, and she saw him do it. And
Yeah,
I think she
and so
honestly,
you
like,
just-
at this point, she trusts that he knows what's up.
Yep,
She's like,
and you
"All right,
just
fine then."
make your way across, walking straight. You get across. He kind of sighs as you get there. Good job. Good job. Okay. And then he waves his hand for the next person to go.
Courtney would
Courtney?
step up.
All right.
Courtney would step up. And like, it literally cannot get any worse for him.
Are you going to take it slow, or are you just going to go for it?
He's just going to go for it. If
All
he
right, what
falls,
is your
it would actually
modifier?
Solve a lot of problems for him. It's a +2.
+2. All right, go ahead and roll. Oh. Okay. So this is what happens. So Courtney fails their check. So as Courtney is walking, there's just a moment where the wind is too strong, and you do the exact thing they told you not to do. You reach out to the railing to try to hold yourself, and as you do, the plank flips, and you immediately start to tumble. Your gut comes into your throat as you feel that second of free fall. Now this is what's going to happen. I am going to roll.
I'm gonna be sick. This is worse than anyone getting bitten ever.
I need to roll a D100 to see if the rope snaps or not.
I have to.
There is a 10% chance of this happening. So a 10 or below, and the rope is gonna snap. I'm gonna roll it now.
All this for my depressed gay hubris.
Okay, that's a 75. So you immediately feel this jolt in your back as your body snaps, and you are now hanging about probably 50 feet in the air, with your back facing the ground, and you're looking up at this plank. So now, this is what needs to happen. Someone well, first of all, as this happens, this hitting of this plank, I'm just gonna let you all know this so that you know what the stakes are. The plank has now, because of this violent flipping, has taken 1 point of damage. This can happen to the plank 2 more times before the plank itself snaps. So now this is what needs to happen. Somebody has to go and try to help Courtney. You are going to have to roll an agility check, just like normal. And then you will need to roll a muscle check. The agility check is the same DC of 10. Except keep in mind, you will not have the rope to catch you if you fall. Because the rope is now upside down. So this can be someone who's really high of agility, meaning Brandy. Brandy, you could go back if you wanted to.
Fuck, I'm sorry, it can't get worse.
I just don't have a lot of muscle.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then that's what I was gonna say. The agility check's still the same. The muscle is a check of 5, because Courtney's gonna be able to help you.
And then do I have to do an agility check again to get back?
Yes.
Oh.
And so will Courtney.
Okay. Okay.
But you'll both be able to do it at advantage because you've already crossed once.
Okay. Okay. Yeah then.
But Brandy doesn't have to do it. I was just saying, just because you've crossed doesn't mean you can't do it. Somebody else can do it if they want. Okay, I think before you could even go, if I'm being honest with myself, I think Abe would go.
She's gonna say no because you know where to go. I have to do it. You cannot fall.
He nods his head and realizes that you're being logical in this moment, and takes a step back.
All right.
And you can take it, and you can take this at advantage, like I said. So it's an agility check of DC 10. It needs to be in the chat, but you're gonna take it at advantage.
At advantage.
At advantage, because you've already crossed once. You know what to expect. Okay.
Okay, I got it.
So you're there.
Got it.
Now I need you to roll a muscle check DC 5 at advantage because Courtney's helping you.
And I have 2, so I just need to get a 3.
Okay. You
Okay,
rolled
we
a
barely
5,
got it, but
which
we
is
got
low.
it.
So you
We
reach
got
down. Courtney kind of like swings their hand up. You grab them. You pull them up. You are now, Courtney, you would then have to unhook yourself from the railing. Or else you'd be like hunched and kind of pulled over to one side the entire time as you're walking. So now you both have to continue to go the other half of the way to the hospital.
With advantage.
Which an agility check at advantage. So let's
Okay.
do Brandy first at
Okay.
advantage.
There's no way I get this right.
Okay,
Again?
so Brandy made it, and now you, Courtney, at advantage with a +2. Okay. Okay, that's 4. Okay.
2 2s. Okay.
And there we go, and there's a dirty 20. Okay,
Maybe
so
like they're about to fall
Courtney,
and
yeah,
Brandy
yeah.
catches
So
this
Courtney
time.
makes it right to the edge, almost falls again, and then Brandy reaches out last second, grabs Courtney, and swings them over to the
She
other
pulls
side.
nobody left behind.
Okay. They then slowly
Oh.
flip the plank back over,
Oh,
and that's
Trisha is
now.
barfed off the side.
Brandy's shaking, like her hands. I
And
think are shaking. Oh.
that is 3 out of the 8 of you
Oh,
that have
Christ.
crossed.
I feel
So
like Julian
5
and
more.
Leah are just on the other side, like clutching each other.
Oh yeah, for
like-
sure. I think Julian also. I think Leah also puked for sure.
Oh yeah.
Roy lets out a big sigh, almost as if he wasn't breathing that entire time, and says, "All right, who's next?"
I'll go.
Julian, you're gonna go.
Fucking fine, honestly.
Okay. Are you gonna take it slow, or are you just gonna go for it?
I got negative stats at this point,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna do take it slow.
What is your modifier?
0.
Okay. So you have to just roll a 10
it was
or
a
above.
1.
You have to roll a 10 or above. No, you have to do
Oh,
it
I'm
in the
doing it
chat.
in the chat.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah, yeah.
sorry,
No,
sorry.
you're okay.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
okay. It's just
I
it
lost
raises
my
the
dice.
tension. It raises the tension.
Yeah. Okay, so first one.
Success. Okay.
Okay.
Second one. That's 2 successes. You steel yourself, and you very just slowly and methodically make your way across. And everybody's confidence gets slightly better after the turmoil that Courtney put you through.
I do have a question.
Yes.
Just for my own self. How long has it been since we
Since the
left?
bite?
Since the bite, yeah.
2.5 hours.
Okay.
You're feeling not great, but right now it just feels like you're very sore where you were
Yeah.
bit, and then after that it just kind of feels like a bad cold as of right now.
When I get to the other side, if I can like step to the back,
Yeah.
I know that I can't really see it based on where it is, but I would like to take a look at it.
Yeah, you find like a puddle on the ground that you kind of like angle yourself at, and you like peel back the bandage that Courtney put there. It looks bad. There's a chunk of your skin missing. The interesting thing is it doesn't really look like a bite mark, which is like interesting to you. It's like you don't really see, like, it's hard to like you probably, if you really paid attention to it or like drew it out, you could maybe see the teeth marks, but really it just looks like someone just like grabbed a bit of your skin and ripped it off. It's black in some places, and then the veins coming out underneath your skin right around where the wound is are a dark purplish black. The skin is very pale, and sticking out of the wound, kind of like right in the center, is a small spindle of some exotic organic material that you have not seen before.
Okay. Thank you.
Do you do anything?
Not right now.
Okay. You don't pull on the tendril?
No.
Okay.
I want to really bad, but
Yeah.
we have to watch people get across the bridge.
Well, Leah's going next.
Yeah.
Leah gets a +2 to this. She's gonna take it slow. So I'm gonna roll for her now. Okay, that's 1 success. That's a failure. We'll see if she gets an advantage. Okay. She stumbles for a minute halfway there. And then she, honestly, what she does is she immediately looks up and she makes eye contact with you, Julian. And then she doesn't break eye contact until she reaches the other side. So Leah makes it across. Roy then looks at you, Victoria and Patricia. Who's next?
After you.
All right, Victoria. What is your modifier?
0.
0. All right. Are you going to take it slow?
And I'm not even a zombie. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Roll for advantage in the chat. Do you know how to do that? Okay, cool. Okay, that's a success. Roll for another one. All right, that's a 6. Roll again. Okay. All right, so Victoria makes it, and I mean, it's human instinct as soon as you start to stumble to grab out and reach that railing, and so you just do the same thing, and you grab out, you reach the railing, and you just tip the plank. The plank has now taken 2 points of damage.
Oh no.
I need to roll a D100 to see if the rope catches Victoria. A 10 or below, the rope does not catch Victoria. I'm rolling it now. That is a 53. Victoria, just like Courtney, you feel the rope snap and you catch, and you are hanging about 50 feet in the air. Abe
All right.
looks at you, Brandy, and he says, "I should just let me go."
Brandy looks over the sky. She's like, I do not know where to go, so you have to make it.
Just
And I get to roll an advantage because I've done it before again.
yeah,
right?
yeah. So you get so roll an agility check
He
at
doesn't even
advantage.
hit me.
Okay, that's a failure. Roll again. Okay, okay. Woo! You guys are giving me a heart
I don't
attack.
wanna talk about it. I don't
I'm the
wanna
one that
talk
wrote
about
the
it.
rules. I'm the one that wrote
I
the
don't want
rules.
to talk about it.
Okay.
All right, it's +2.
+2 for the muscle check at advantage.
Make it.
That didn't make.
7.
Oh yeah, so yeah, so it's a
7, yeah.
DC
+2,
5.
9.
Yeah. So once again, you reach up, grab Victoria's hand, you pull her up.
Oh.
You are now both up on top, but once again, neither of you have a carabiner now because Victoria has to unrelease it. So if you
Okay.
fall from this point, you fall.
Yeah. Do I go again first? Do you want me to
You first again because yeah. So at advantage, that's
15.
a 15. All right, you make it. So now it's up to you, Victoria. At advantage,
Jesus
roll
Christ.
another agility check. This is +2. That's a 15. All right, you make it. You make it to the other side, Victoria. You're there.
I think this time, Brandy comes back and she also, like, kind of, like, braced herself over her knees, like, Jesus Christ. Doesn't barf yet. but
Like,
it's
thank you.
Julian.
Thank you so much.
Julian would
Literally
rub,
anything.
would rub Brandy's back.
Okay, yeah.
They're there.
Julian's the one that's bit, but she's like, okay, it's all right. It's
Yeah.
all right. It's okay. Roy looks at you, Patricia. You got this. Just breathe. What is your modifier, Patricia?
+2.
All right. Are you going to take it
Patricia,
slow or
like-
just go for it?
Takes it slow, takes a minute, starts like to in her head like play her favorite symphony.
Uh-huh. Okay, yeah.
Try to like get some rhythm as she's going across. I mean, yeah, she's gonna take it slow.
All right, roll. Okay, that's a 10. That's a success. You have
Okay.
1 success. Roll again. And there you go. Another success. Those of you on the other side, as Patricia starts walking, you almost see her like conducting midair with her hands as she's like walking. You see her maybe playing the piano, and you take a second because you're taking a minute, and as the piece crescendos with its finale note in your mind. You step on the other side of the roof, and you are safe. It is now Roy's turn. Roy gets a +3 to this. He's going to take it at advantage. Take it slow. That's a success. That's a failure. That's a success. So Roy makes it to the other side. You have now all successfully crossed the plank bridge and made it to the other side. Whoo!
I hated that. I have actual heights fear.
You are now on the rooftop of the hospital. You immediately go and try to find the entrance to the hospital itself. There is a door on the roof. There is a padlock on it. It is an intricate padlock. Once again, just for the fun of it, I'm going to let you know what the stakes are here. So, you can roll either an agility check or a muscle check to open this lock. You will do so on a straight roll. The first DC is 15. The second DC is 10. You need 2 successful checks to get this lock open. If you fail twice, the lock is irreparable and you cannot open this door. And you will then have to rappel into the top floor, which will again require more checks.
Fucking kidding me, dude.
So, who wants to roll to open this lock? Who wants to do the first check?
I love games.
Anybody?
I will.
All right. Are you
What
gonna
is it?
roll?
Well, you have minuses. No.
Julian steps forward. Everybody stops her.
Damn.
No, I'm wounded.
I would give it a shot.
Okay, Victoria. What are you gonna?
Okay.
What are you gonna do? Muscle or agility? Muscle. Okay, we're gonna roll it in the chat. What's your modifier for muscle?
2.
2. Okay.
I have +4. Should I do the first one because it's a higher, and then you can do the second one? Now I'm scared. Now I'm gonna say that.
Guys, I have a -1 to muscle. Let me do this.
I go for it. If you're gonna do it, go for it.
Go ahead, Victoria. Go ahead and roll it with a +2. There you go. That's a dirty 20. Victoria slams the butt of her pistol down and cracks this lock slightly. It still needs some more work, but now the DC is lower. Do you want to try again, Victoria? Or do you want to give somebody else a shot? You want to try again?
No, I would say, Brandy, I feel like you're having really good luck today.
Okay, it's only a 10, right?
Yeah, so now it's a +4. So go ahead and roll, Brandy. There you go. With the 23, you pop the lock. The lock clinks onto the ground. The door is open. You have access to the hospital.
Holy shit.
Woo!
I'm so tired now. Like me.
As you enter the hospital,
Oh.
that is where we're going to take our first bio break. Our only bio break.
First and only.
So stand up, stretch, get some water, but stay tuned because we'll be right back. You all enter the hospital. It takes you have to go down a flight of stairs before you can get to the top floor. But you see that the door to the top floor is open. And when you make your way into the top floor of the hospital, both Abe, Roy, and Brandy kind of falling into the... you're from different branches, but everybody has the same clearing method. You split it up into quadrants, you clear your quadrant. Everybody else is kind of following in tow, heads on a swivel. The first thing that strikes you is how clean. The top floor is. They told you that they barricaded the top 3 floors. And so any infected should be below you guys. But it's kind of crazy to actually see that that's true. All you can hear is dripping of water from some pipe that's probably burst somewhere in the building. And the electric hum of the fluorescent lights above you. And just the eerie silence that surrounds you in this place. Each boot on linoleum echoing tenfold. Each slightly vocalized exhale or sigh echoes. A whisper is as loud as you speaking at full volume. It's an eerie feeling. And you make your way throughout the hospital. And I'm going to say immediately you start grabbing stuff. Especially with Courtney's knowledge, there are certain things that you just immediately start grabbing. Whether that be gauze, you find some antibiotics, you find just random things. You're only walking through hospital rooms right now, so there's not a ton of stuff. But you make your way, grabbing as much as you can. You then come across 2 double doors, 2 like yellow double doors, that lead to the ICU unit. Courtney, you know that this is where a lot of good stuff would be. This is where the most severe of illnesses are treated, and where you will find the most high impact drugs and supplies. And as you continue to walk through, I'm assuming, Courtney, you lead everybody into the ICU. You find that the door's open, and once again you walk in, and it's clear, clean. And you look down on the ground. There's a little red line on the ground that is used for marking a path, probably to this ICU from a different location. You walk in, you see to your right immediately is kind of a lab, and then like an emergency kind of like surgical unit. To your left, you have some hospital beds. There's like a long hallway. It continues to a pair of elevators at the other side of the room. And then what looked like office and storage. You have to like look. There's a window that looks into this little lab area, and then that little lab area has a door with 2 like smaller windows on those doors, and through there you can see what looks to be, which would be on the other side of this room, like storage, offices. That's where you're going to find some good stuff. So you slowly make your way there. Is anybody looking for anything in particular, doing anything particular, or are you just, and you don't have to be, or are you just listening to Courtney and grabbing what Courtney says is like, that's primo, that's the stuff that we need?
I think I would be looking for like a computer.
Okay, yeah.
You know, a little cabinet computer. See if I could, if I could still connect to anything. Or...
For sure. We will come back to that. Anybody else looking for anything in particular? It's okay if not.
I would just be like following Courtney pretty carefully.
Yeah. Okay. So
I'm looking for infected because I don't trust anything.
Of course, yeah. So we'll say that you don't really spend your time gathering supplies and are instead just actively.
If somebody
keeping your
hands
head
me
on it.
something, like,
Yeah.
I can't hold this anymore, I'll like take it, but I'm.
But
like,
you're actively keeping your
I'm
head on as well.
On watch, yeah.
Go ahead and roll a search check for me.
Nat 20.
Nat
Baby.
20. Okay, all right.
Finale.
Victoria, as you finale, You go into the office, and there's also a receptionist desk behind some glass that connects with the office. You go back there. You find that there are computers. You turn them on. You find that there's red lights in this hospital. Like this, there is some fluorescent lights, but it's also kind of like basked in this like dull red light from the emergency lighting of this hospital. So there is power here. You turn on the computer, and it does turn on. You do pretty much immediately notice that it is not connected to any form of internet. That seems to not be active, but the computer itself turns on. What do you do?
Porn.
I mean, would I be able to, like, I'm trying to figure out if there's, like, a database within the hospital that would have, like, a network within to see if anyone's been saying anything.
Has it been saying anything since everything happened?
Yeah, I mean, just to see, like, are there any messages since it happened?
For sure.
Like,
So what I'll say is you, very classically, look on the bottom right of the monitor, and there's a post-it name with a username and password. So you're able to easily get into the system. And you start to look through the messages. And this will take you some time, but I'll tell you what you discover. You see, you start at the most recent message, kind of go back a few, and you start to see messages from since the outbreak. You quickly scroll through emails and messages, and you quickly notice that like the most useful information is coming from like these like mass disclaimer emails like sent to all staff and stuff. So you start to like flag those and look for those, and you see the first email talking about to be on the lookout for this new infection, this fungal infection. It's talk about how the ICU is going to be used for quarantine. You see emails about accepting their first patient. You see emails about more patients coming in. You see emails about the aggressiveness of the virus, or I guess I should say fungal infection. You see, you then start to see emails about moving non-cordyceps infected individuals out of the hospital. You start to see emails about the evacuation plan. You see emails about barricading the top 3 floors, about an organization known as Fedra, who are going to rescue the people that they can in the hospital via heliport on top of the hospital. Then you get to the day where that's supposed to happen, and you see that there's a few more messages after that. And they are emails from this computer to the email address that Fedra was contacting these people. And it talks about how they didn't do what they said they were going to do. About how there's one email that says we survived your cleansing, your slaughter of our colleagues. It's emails to loved ones, news reporters, anybody trying to tell them what happened here. You slowly start to see that all of these emails are getting bounced back. It seems that but they were able to like send, so they had access to the internet, but somehow this hospital's like system was cut off from the outside world. And then these emails slowly start to become a diary, and they talk about how Fedra didn't rescue anybody. They came into the hospital and released gas that killed people. And then as you get to the last entry, the subject line is "We've run out of supplies." The subject line is "We've run out of supplies. This will be my last entry." And you go into the entry and you read about how the people who have been writing in this diary were people from the bottom floors who made it through and then re-barricaded the top floors. And they talk about how they're planning on trying to get out through the bottom of the hospital. And they're going to press their luck and do whatever they can to try and make it out on the streets and try to get out and find whatever supplies they can. And as you're reading this email, a cold chill runs over you as you realize that this email was weeks ago. And if they left through the barricades, who re-barricaded the top floors? And with a natural 20 at that moment, you hear screeching and screaming from the doors that you guys entered this place in. And let me show you what you're looking at here.
Oh God. That was nasty.
So, this is the hospital room. The ICU unit. Over here, right here, is where you are, Victoria. In this storage room over here is where Courtney and Patricia are. Oops, I moved the map. Hold on. There we go. Over here is where Courtney and Patricia are, getting supplies. This is the door that you entered from over here. Brandy. If you were keeping your head on a swivel, you're probably over here in this area, and you're hearing it from there. Julian, where do you think you and Leah would be right now?
Oh yeah. Okay. I think we would probably be. I would have probably made it to. Maybe this lovely little sitting area.
Okay.
Is that where the computer is?
No, the computer is in this room with Victoria.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we would have gone a little bit past because
Okay.
I would have assumed that no computers worked at all.
Yeah. So go ahead and put your token out there with Leah. I put
Okay.
I put Victoria's token out there. Abe would be kind of standing guard here with Patricia and Courtney. And Roy would be kind of in between all of you, chilling, keeping eyes out. In this moment, Brandy, where you hear like screeches, guttural, unnatural screams that you unfortunately now are familiar with, and Victoria, as you like have this realization, what do you do, Brandy? No one else has heard it. You roll a natural 20. You hear it coming. You're muted.
Yep, I realized. I'm looking to Roy, and I'm gonna keep my hand up, and I'm gonna point, like that they're out there, and then tell the others.
Roy nods his head.
She's gonna hold the gun up and get ready.
What he first does is he comes down here to these doors.
Yeah.
Locked.
Okay, good.
And then he looks at you, Victoria, through this like receptionist glass window, and he says, "They're coming. Infected are coming." And then he loops around. He tells you to go tell Leah and Julian, and then he comes and tells Abe. Abe then comes into the room and tells all of you. meaning all of you, Patricia and Corey. Now that everybody is informed, a couple more steps have been taken. They're getting closer and closer. Is anybody doing anything? What are you doing?
The doors are locked, right?
The
Not
doors,
the ones we came in.
not the ones you came in through. No.
Oh, those ones. Oh, fuck.
Like, is there a handle on the inside of the doors that we could try to barricade? Or no, it doesn't look like it from the picture. It looks like it's just kind of a push door.
They were automatic doors.
Ah!
Oh no.
Cool. I'm gonna take out the Molotov that I have, and I'm gonna
Okay.
wait. Because I think if we can get them to come in, this is like a very convenient little chokehold, thin hallway here. So if I can get them to come in, and if I wait for just the right moment, I can Molotov try to burn up probably like here-ish, and then have like hopefully maybe like fiery.
Okay.
Ooh, maybe I'll go take off some of these like flammable like bed sheets and shit and
Okay.
Yeah.
start stacking them. So it's almost like right here I'm building almost like a something that's gonna stay on fire.
Okay.
Can I
past
help
the
you?
initial explosion.
Yeah, Julian, you can
I
go
would,
move your
yeah.
token, go help.
And
I
I
will
would
say you
tell
don't
Leah
have
stay.
time to make like a structure taller than like a couple feet.
Just enough to keep burning after it explodes, so that we can have as much time as possible to kill them before they get to us.
Okay, is anybody else doing anything? Abe and Roy are gonna come down here and basically just set up and get ready. Patricia, Courtney. Sorry,
yeah.
Courtney's hands up. Courtney, what are you doing?
Courtney would, and I know you asked if we were looking for anything specific, so kind of going back a little bit, but
Yeah.
Courtney's looking definitely for not like a hard opioid, but a sleep aid, trazodone, like tramadol type thing. Just
Sure, you know
knowing
exactly
that
what to look for. You
they're-
definitely find
that they're struggling, and instead of like sticking that in their into the backpack where they're putting all the other like medical supplies, they
Yeah.
just pocket that.
Of course.
Yeah, I would just shove as many of the supplies that Courtney has instructed as possible, like
Sorry.
as quickly as possible.
Okay, yeah.
Then after that, we'll just kind of like pull their knife out and check in. Like Patricia will be like, okay, I guess. No, there's got to be more. And like still just like.
Okay, so you guys stay in this room,
stuffing.
just look for whatever
Yeah.
you can.
As much, yeah.
Leah is going to kind of like tuck back behind this wall here.
Leah.
She wants to be near you, but she knows not to put herself directly in danger. Victoria,
Yeah.
do you do anything particular?
Yeah. I would be, I think, trying to help with the fire people.
Okay.
And like, I also have a Molotov. So I think I
Okay.
would be like, okay, so like, trying to plan out, like, if you throw yours and then should I throw mine,
All right. I'm going to say with all this taking place, you now hear these creatures getting closer and closer. You now have effectively one round of things that you can do before these creatures are going to show up. So you have like one more action or something that you can prepare. So we'll go one at a time. Patricia, we'll start with you. Are you still just looking for as much stuff as you can?
Yeah, I feel like this was our mission, and I'm just gonna get as much as we possibly can on the off chance that we make it out of here.
All right. Courtney, same thing? Okay. Julian?
I am going to very shakily, as it's been a few hours now,
Yeah. You're feeling weak.
go over to Leah,
Okay.
and like grab her hand and like pull her close to me and kind of like hide ourselves in this corner.
Okay.
And as I do, I would tuck the note into her pocket.
Okay.
Sorry. And I meant to tell you this. I would have wrapped the note like tightly into the ring
Okay.
to put it into her pocket.
All right. Perfect. Abe is going to take a step back. Roy is going to get down on one knee in front of him. And then Abe is going to say to Victoria and Brandy, you need an escape route. If they gang up on you, we're not going to be able to help you. So basically saying, like, you need to get back a little bit.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go
So
here.
you're going to go there. Victoria, do you want to go right here?
Yeah.
So that you can still get a throw?
My plan
Yeah.
is to chuck it around and use the wall as cover from the blow path.
Okay. I need everyone to roll initiative.
I guess what I didn't think about is that there's no way out. This is all bad. Okay, well, we'll figure that out.
Do you want
when
us
we
to
get there.
still roll in the app?
No, these rolls are now yours. Yeah, it was just those high stake rolls I wanted to have you guys do.
We haven't had any long rest, have we? No.
Nope.
Still no. Okay, well.
Well, and also you don't gain anything back on a long rest other than 1 hit
Didn't we
point.
get 1 HP back?
Yeah, you got 1
well, I
HP
would have
back,
liked
yeah.
the 1, but
Yeah,
we don't
you-
even get that.
Yeah, you got that. That was before. Yeah, but you should have already marked that because that happened.
But I took the damage from the fight outside the
Yeah.
gate. That
Oh,
she
since
got bit
then,
at,
no. Since the fight at the
fuck
gate,
off.
no.
So, rip.
Fight gate.
Add to this, so that is 7.
Why do I always do that? Okay, Courtney, what'd you get? Oh wait, no, you can add. You should be able to add it. Actually, you guys go ahead and add it. I'll do the inputs.
Nips. Why did we all get 17?
Oh, twins! Triplets.
Triplets. Well, you know, I
How
got
do I-
nothing.
You can click
If
on
you're
the
trying to
little
type it
zero
while
next
other
to
people
you.
are typing, it won't save it. So you might have to just do it a couple times.
I'm just supposed to click on it?
Click on the 0 next to you.
Yeah, on the number next to your name, you should be able to click on it, and then can you not?
I think
It's because you pulled
Roll20
out
is
her-
not working properly for me.
Okay, no worries. What's your initiative?
10.
10. Can you not see a map right now?
I can, but it's like not even letting me pan. And,
Okay,
Like,
no worries.
Yeah, mine
no
isn't
worries.
letting me like do the pan view at all. It's so
Um,
heteronormative, you know.
forever, like,
That was a pun just for you, Miranda.
A pan pun.
Okay. Get rid of this Electricom. Give you guys a break.
Thank you so much.
I liked it.
Ooh.
But
Huh,
now
but
the
you're
rock
still
music
empty
kicks
now.
in. At the top of the turn order, well, first of all, 1 infected appears first. Actually, no, sorry, that's not true. 2 do. So 2 infected, immediately the doors open. You see them just like look down the hallway at you. Their bodies contorting. You can hear their joints and bones popping and snapping as they just run full force at you guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Running right after each other. They stop right before the barricade. They are going to. I will say, because Brandy and Victoria specifically said that they were going to hold their actions, they are like now right in front of the barricade. These 2 runners, if you run and throw your Molotovs, you can. It's up to you. Okay, Brandy's going to. Victoria,
yes.
would you like to? No, Victoria's not going to throw
Roll it,
hers yet.
okay.
Okay, so Brandy, go ahead
I'm
and
gonna
throw
throw
yours.
So is that just
What is?
agility?
Yeah. Well, actually, what does it say next
Oh,
to it? I
wait.
think they need to
Oh,
make an
agility,
agility
literally
check.
right there. Agility check 1d8 plus agility.
Yeah. So they are going to roll an agility check, and if they get above a 15, they take half of the damage that you're going to give them.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Okay, so they get a +2 to this, each of them. That's a fail, and that's an
Oh!
20. So one of them
Oh,
succeeds.
20. Okay, great. So 1 takes full and 1 takes half, and it looks like 1d8 plus my agility
Yeah.
damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh! 7 plus 4. 7, 8, 9, 10,
11.
11 halved to 5.
Have to 5 for that guy. So the guy in front immediately bursts into flames and is
Like,
is just like "Rah!" just like screams, and he falls down onto the blankets and just immediately like it starts to get those sheets caught on fire. The other one does get hit and kind of blown back, but he starts running forward again. What this sheet thing does do is it's going to be difficult terrain for 5 feet. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He gets right up to there, but that's the end of his turn because he used his action to dash. It is now Abe's turn. Abe is going to fire at this guy. He gets +4 I need to show the stream the dice.
Hot Abe.
There we go. Hot Abe gets a +4. That is a 12, which is going to hit and do half damage, I think. Yeah, that's half damage. Oh god. So he does 1 point of damage to this guy, so he's not looking great. Let me see.
So liberal with our gunshot sounds.
Maybe we
Delve
could
to
use
this
the other
playthrough.
Molotov on the door. That's a lot.
At the end of Abe's turn, he's an NPC, so the infected don't go. So Julian.
Okay. I am going to. Is he right in front of me? Roy?
Yes, but he's kneeled down. He's specifically kneeled
Okay.
down.
I would.
And you could move
try...
to you could sidestep around him if you wanted to do something melee.
Yeah, I would probably take my knife to this nasty.
Okay, yeah, he's looking real hurt. He's gotten a lot of damage taken already.
Yeah,
so.
I want to do a little like under, like chin situation.
Yeah.
That is a 11.
11. That'll hit and do half damage.
Half damage. That is a d6 plus 1. Ooh, crit. So that's 7 points of damage.
Yeah, you stab up into his skull and halve to 3. He had 3 hit points left. You stab it into the base of his skull. It falls to the ground, dead.
And then I would move back this way. And if Leah wanted to follow on her turn, she could. But I don't want to make her, you know.
Mm-hmm. At the end of your turn, another infected is going to come through the door. And it is going to sprint. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It gets up to the barricade. It is going to take a D4 of damage getting through it.
Hell yeah.
And use half his speed. So that's 2 points of damage to him. I'll keep track of this on my phone so the stream doesn't see that over and over again. 2 points of damage. And then he is going to use his action to dash and run right up here. That is the end of his turn. Brandy, you're up. Courtney, you're on deck.
Okay, I'm gonna try to just stab the guy in front of me.
Alright, we'll attack.
That is a... Where's my thing here? That's a 10.
10 is going to miss,
That...
unfortunately. So you do hit it with your knife, but just in a non-vital part, and it seems to not care at all. At the end of your turn, another infected is going to run through the door. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It is going to take a D4 of damage to get through the fire. That's 1 point of damage. And then it is going to use its action to dash and get right up here. That is the end of its turn. Courtney, you're up. Patricia, you're on deck.
Courtney would look at Patricia and say, I think we gotta go see if they need help. Sounds like they're fighting out there.
Yeah, you've heard a glass explosion, then a flame. You've heard a gunshot.
Yeah, I think we've gotten all we can. Let's go. And then we'd move towards the door. 5, 10. Is it 30 feet?
30 feet is your movement, yeah.
Yeah. So getting
And
kind
then
of
you
to
can use
the
an action to dash,
intersection.
if you wanted
sure.
to.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you'll
that
still have
makes
your
sense.
bonus action.
Could get right up to Brandy and just, I guess, we can take cover anytime.
Anytime.
Yeah,
Including
then I
right
will-
before an attack.
Yeah. I guess just kind of prepping that
Okay, cool. Yeah, just getting
Yeah.
ready to just using the dodge action essentially.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Is that it?
That's it.
All right.
That's
At the
it.
end of your turn, another infected is going to run through the door. It's going to get up to the barricade. It's going to take 1 point of damage again, and then use its action to dash. It's going to start trying to clamber around its friend, and it's going to get to there. That is the end of its turn. Patricia, you're up. Victoria, you're on deck.
All right. Patricia's gonna follow and go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And go ahead and dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Sure, I'll get here. And that's all that I can do, I think.
All right. At the end of your turn, another infected runs through the door. It is going to take 3 ones in a row. Wow, that sucks for you guys. And then it is going to use its last of its movement to get up to right here. It's starting to become pretty clogged there. That is the end of its turn. Victoria, you are up.
Could I try to like strategically throw?
Yeah, you can like lob it.
Like, yeah.
You can throw it to like
Okay,
basically right
okay.
here to where these 3 will get hit, but the guy right in front of you won't get hit.
Okay.
You want to do
Yeah,
that?
I'll do that.
All right, so they got to roll
Yeah.
agility checks. Let's say the one at the top. He's +2 to this. That's a failure. The one in the middle, that's a success, and the one in the back, that's a failure. So go ahead and roll your damage.
4.
4. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So that is 5 to him. Or 5, yeah. 5 hit points left. Whatever, you shouldn't know that, but it's fine. And then the other one takes half damage. He's at... Yeah. Okay, another explosion. A fire. They start like... They're like reeling from the pain on their back, but still like insatiable hunger in your face. At the end of Victoria's turn, Brandy, the one right in front of you, is going to attack you. It gets a +4 to this. That is
I'm
a
gonna avoid.
22. Okay, that's a
So
disadvantage. That's a natural 1. So you, it swings at you. You
Let's
duck
go.
last second. It almost hits
go.
Courtney. Courtney just like backs up real quick as it swings like right in front of your face, and you just kind of duck underneath it. Perfect. That's the end of its turn. It is now Roy's turn. He's going to fire his gun directly in front of the guy in front of him. He gets a +3. That's a 7. That's gonna miss.
Roy always misses.
I know. He's supposed to be. He's such a badass too. Look at
Is
him.
he even good?
I know,
Oh.
and he just like he's a little flustered in this moment. An infected does not go after an NPC. It's Leah's turn. She's just gonna step back here with Julian. That's gonna be the end of her turn. At the bottom of the turn order, you all hear a sharp ringing, and the sprinkler system turns on and immediately starts to fall. The barricade is still there. It is still difficult terrain, but it is no longer going to cause damage. I said the power was there. Hey, maybe if you check the computer for the sprinkler system. As you at the top of the turn order, it is now Abe's turn, who's just going to fire over Roy. He gets a +4. That's a 22. The one in front of you guys, dead. He gets shot in the face and immediately falls back. That's the end of Abe's turn. Julian, you're up.
Is this a like just chairs, or is there a
It's chairs, yeah.
like glass? Like I could step over it.
There's like a glass wall there. It's
Oh,
like
okay.
chairs leaning up against a glass wall. That's the rest of the way.
Okay. I just want to get out.
You can break the glass if you want, or try to.
Ugh, that sounds so noisy.
And sorry.
We've already shot. It doesn't really.
Yeah, I mean, there's
I guess
been multiple
that's
shots
true.
now.
I'll break the glass and move over to here.
Okay, I'll say it's difficult terrain, but you're able to do that.
Okay, so then 1, 2, 3. How much would that impede me?
It's just that one square where the wall is 10 feet. That's all.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
So you have one more square.
30. I will go over here.
Yeah.
Just so if for some reason one gets through, I'm ready.
Okay.
But I also can see everybody.
All right.
Cool. And then, are the elevators functional? As I pass through, can I just use my action to just boop and see if anything happens?
For sure. You hit the elevator button and it doesn't light up.
Okay, good.
That's the end of Julian's turn. At the end of Julian's turn, this infected is going to run up and it's going to attack Roy. Gets a +4 to this. That's a 22 that's going to hit. And does 1 point of damage to Roy. So he's okay.
It's alright. Oh, I don't feel good, by the way.
Yeah, you feel bad.
Yeah, you feel bad.
That's the end of your turn.
Roll for tummy ache.
Brandy, you're up.
My tummy really
Courtney, you're
hurts,
on
you
deck.
guys. I would like to turn over my shoulder and ask Courtney to check out the door. See what the deal is with the door behind us.
Okay.
Like, we know it's locked, but I'll be like, we know it's locked. Can we get it open?
Okay.
And then I'm gonna try and stab the guy in front of me again.
Alrighty.
That is gonna hit, probably. That's a 20? Dirty 20?
Dirty 20 hits, but does not meet the headshot threshold, but it is full damage.
Filthy 20. Okay. That's gonna be a 1d6 +4. That is 8 damage.
8 damage. With that, he was already hurt by the Molotov. You stab like right into its eye, and it kind of just like goes limp and hangs, and it is dead.
Grand.
At the end of your turn, another infected is going to appear in the door. It's going to use its difficult terrain
Hey,
to
I have a quick question. How many more are there?
get past here.
How many need to stay
how many
behind
more
to
are
barricade
there?
a button?
Courtney, it's your turn.
But how many? You didn't answer my question. How many more are there?
Courtney?
Courtney would, using their knowledge of medical buildings and facilities, make the educated assumption that there's probably a button behind the reception desk that unlocks the door.
I was going to make you roll for it, but you exactly guessed what it is, and you are correct. So that is what needs to happen, yeah.
Jumping over the
So he
desk,
loves
start looking for it. The other thing is when Kelsey said we could throw a Molotov at the hospital, I'm like, having worked in construction and specifically built hospitals, I know that hospital doors are made to withstand fire for up to 5 hours, and so we'd be here for a while.
That, yes.
Okay, yeah. So you go and you find the button. I would say you find it pretty easily. Do you press it?
Yes.
Okay. You press it. The doors open,
Oh god.
and in the back of the hallway, you see like 3 creatures immediately turn and look
Shut
towards
it!
you. At the end of your turn, unless you do anything else.
Just holding out that bonus action to probably hide.
Another infected is now going to appear from this hallway. 5, 10,
Yeah.
15, 20, 25. He is going to jump through the reception desk. He
Oh, no.
crashes through the glass, and he's like, it's like seeing a deer somehow like enter a home, and the chaos of just like flailing, and immediately, and it turns to look at you, and it's going to attack you. Get a +4 to this. That is a 23. You want to try to take cover? Oh wait, no, that wouldn't help. Sorry.
I mean, I would if it would do anything.
Yeah. That's a D6. That is 5 points of damage to you, Courtney, as it slams into you. That is the end of Courtney's turn. Patricia, you're up. I love this game.
I'm gonna 5, 10, 15, 20. I can't get over there. Do you think I would be able to like boop-de-boop around?
Yeah, you can squeeze through people if you wanted.
Okay, hold on, let me count. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna get right here.
Okay.
I'm gonna stabby stab.
Okay.
Woo! Patricia.
Which one are you stabbing?
This one.
Okay, that's the
For
new
the
guy.
21. That's the what?
That's the new guy.
Sure.
Okay, 21. 21 meets the headshot threshold.
Yes.
You stab down into that guy, killing him.
And then I'm gonna run away.
Okay, yeah. It's like you got the mobile feet.
Ah!
You're like, fuck, die, and then run away. All right, yeah, that's the end of Patricia's turn. At the end of Patricia's turn, this infected is going to run up on you, Brandy. Gets +4 to this. That's a 15. Do you want to use a void?
No.
All right. That is 3 points of damage to you as
Oh,
it slams
fuck.
into you. What'd you wait? What'd you say?
I forgot. Mind games.
Okay, yeah, you want to do mind games? Yeah, you totally can do mind games.
Yes,
But
like
that's even
sitting
higher.
right there.
Unfortunately, that's even higher, and so it
God
does still
damn it.
hit.
Thanks,
But
buddy.
you do immediately gain the
Ew.
reaction back because it is now your turn, Victoria.
Okay.
Okay.
I will try to stop this guy that's right here.
Roll attack. Victoria, attack!
17.
17 hits and does full damage.
What is it? D6?
Okay.
3.
3 points of damage. All right, he's looking really hurt. He was one of the ones that was also hurt by the Molotov, but he's still standing. At the end of Victoria's turn, another infected is going to run in from here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Where are we supposed to go?
No one said it's never ending. Okay, it's gonna spend its turn running up there, and actually it's just gonna run right here, and that's the end of its turn. It is now Roy's turn, who's gonna fire on the infected right in front of it. Come on, Roy!
Do something, Roy.
He's got a +3. That's a 12, which is gonna hit and do half damage.
Okay.
That's 4 half to 2, but he only had 2 hit points left thanks to the multiple hits from Victoria. So that infected is down. And he stays right there. At the end of his turn, it's now Leah's turn, who's going to crawl over this glass and get to here. At the end of her turn, it's Abe, who's going to roll an attack. He gets a natural 1. And misses. And I'm going to say with that, he has to use his... no, I was going to say he's going to use his action next turn to unjam the gun, but that's a little bit too mean. So that's the end of Abe's turn. Julian, it's now your turn.
Okay, oh no. Courtney. I will go help my friend. Leah! Cover me!
How?
Does she not have anything? I thought she had a knife.
She has a knife, yeah.
Okay.
She's just, it was a joke, Angie.
Okay, I do though, thank you. I'm going to give her the handgun.
Okay.
And because I still have my shotgun.
Yep.
And I will knife blazing.
I am going to say if you're going to spend time giving her the handgun, that's going to be a bonus action. Unless you think you would have had the foresight to do it before, and I'll take your honest answer on that.
No, I would have just done it in that moment.
Okay, so it's going to be a bonus action then.
Oh no. Okay.
You don't have to do it. You don't have to give her anything.
This is so silly though. Listen, can I make you a counter offer?
Sure, let me hear it.
as someone who is bargaining for her life,
Let me hear it.
Can it be my action?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Okay. And then I will at least move.
You love those protector bonus actions.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I'm not willing to give those up for a whole round. I'm gonna get here, and then get my shotgun up for my next turn. But that way I have eyes over here and eyes over here, and now Leah has the handgun.
Well, at the end of your turn, from the hallway where Courtney is at, another infected sprints through and is going to sprint right up to you.
God damn it. I was trying to stay out of it.
I said there was
But
three in there.
What happens, though?
He attacks you.
Does he?
Yeah?
Or does he try to share his tendrils with me?
Huh. It's not been long enough.
It's been as
Great-
long as 10.
1 week since you looked at me.
Okay.
1 week.
Ah,
Hmm.
you do you. Listen, give it to me. Let's go. Got 7 hit points.
It's a good point.
No, but why would you offer that? Because now we don't have any. We don't have our distraction. We're gonna put you
Just
right here now.
live your life.
No.
Live your life.
I'm gonna roll a D100. I'm gonna say there's a 20% chance of what you say working.
I just want to be kissed.
That's a
What
2.
is it?
You see this infected run right up to you, and then it kind of like looks past you, and then it turns and looks at Leah and is going to use its action to dash to Leah. And that is the end of its turn. Brandy, you're up.
I wanna
Which
vomit.
one of us she's gonna protect?
Oh, fuckaroo. Well,
I love this game.
okay. Well, seeing as there are 4 people over here on these 2, and I know Julian's gonna protect Leah, I'm gonna see how much movement do I have?
30 feet.
30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I can get here. Can I stab him from here, or can I not?
I would say no. You
Okay.
have to get over the thing. You can shoot.
Okay, I will shoot. Well, then in that case, let me go, like... Can I go, like, here in this corner?
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, because I wouldn't go right up to him and rifle shot. That's
Yeah,
stupid.
yeah.
So, alright, cool. And I will shoot... My gun... Oh, no! My gun. Okay. It's a 13 plus 4, 17.
That'll hit and do full damage.
Okay, sweet beans. That's gonna be a
Sweet beans.
12.
Veins.
Shit you not, that's a 12 plus 4, 16.
Ooh! Damn! The rifle's a D12? I gotta change that next season.
No, that's the only big
That's
thing.
the only 12 I've ever gotten.
So yeah, I mean, the infected in front of you, Courtney, its head just
Ugh.
explodes.
Splat.
And you're just covered in, like, dark viscera.
Can I look down the hall
Yes.
as a free action? How
Yeah.
many more are there?
2.
Close the door.
Alright, that's the end of Brandy's turn. At the end of Brandy's turn, another
Wait,
infected
there's
is going
2
to...
this way?
Yes, 2 more.
I thought there was only 1.
He saw...
You said 3.
Courtney saw 3 just at a
Oh.
glance, but didn't actively look. There was
Okay.
a 4th one.
Whatever.
Fucking fuck.
It is going to run right up to you and going to attack you. This one.
What if it did it though?
It did.
No,
Uh,
It
It
didn't.
gets, a
Shame.
plus, it gets a plus 4 to this.
Okay, no. Avoid.
Oh, that was a natural
Avoid.
20. So that's
Avoid.
good work
Damn
on
it,
you.
I was gonna
Oh my god! It's already a disadvantage. It's already a disadvantage,
Can
Victoria.
someone else do something?
It's
as
already. It was
Yeah,
already.
yeah.
It was already a disadvantage. That's 2 natural 20s. I have to let that happen. I have to let that happen.
Martyr.
Oh shit, martyr!
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Is it? Did I specify distance with martyr?
Move up to 10 feet,
Up to 10 feet. Okay.
which I am,
Yep,
and
you're within
replace
10
yourself
feet.
as a target. Bite me, bitch. What's the worst that can happen?
Well, first of all, it does damage to you.
Okay?
And
Yeah,
it gets
the
a
worst
plus.
that can happen is
This
you
is why
die.
you brought me!
It gets a +2 to the damage with the natural
Okay.
20.
Alright.
She's got 7
Two
HP.
natural 20s.
2 natural 20s.
That's fucking wild.
I'm so glad I had the dice cam up for that. Wow. That's absolutely insane.
Oh, and I wasted a void on that nonsense.
Okay. So it's gonna. So Julian
Oh,
steps
wait,
up.
she's taking my place?
Julian steps up, pushes Brandy out of the
I
way.
roll- Yeah.
Pushes Brandy out of the way.
Leah!
This is gonna be a
Martyr, man.
D6 +2.
Oh my god.
That's a 3 + 2,
Oh!
which is 5 points of
She
damage
lived.
to you.
Oh, she lived, she lived.
So she lived. I would roll to see if it bites you, but I think you run, put yourself on the way, it slams into you, goes to bite you, and then immediately like loses interest in you and starts to like push you aside to get to Brandy.
Wow.
Wow.
Do I...
What a turn.
Yeah. Okay.
What a turn.
Wow.
It is now Courtney's turn.
Oh god, close that
Holy
door.
shit.
Nothing
Yeah,
can happen
just-
to anybody else.
Slowly.
Until my next turn.
All right, Courtney, I will say you can do that as a. I'm going to allow that as a bonus action. You close the
Okay.
door.
God. Holy god.
I know. Julian just took a big hit, but
My life
we're
just
not going to
flashed
spend any
before
more
my eyes.
HP
No.
on her.
Yeah.
So I am going to patch myself up for 3 points to get myself up to 8 HP.
Okay, and so you have 4 left because you had 2 med kits, right?
Yeah,
so you have 4 left. Okay, cool.
Yep.
All
I
right.
still have a bit of a med kit too.
Yeah, cool. And there's some supplies, and you're in a hospital, so.
Assumedly you could find something.
Yeah, you'll probably be, but at your disposal right now in this moment. Okay, so do you move at all, or use an action?
I
Oh my
Would
god,
stand-
that was crazy. 2 natural
that
20s.
that was wild.
That was
Yeah.
nuts.
I would stand up and I still have the ability to attack.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Would hop over the or like at least like climb up on the desk space and pull out my knife and attack at the one that is attacking Joanne.
Alrighty.
Joanne!
That's only a. Oh well, I guess that's +5.
10.
Yeah, no,
That's
10.
gonna miss,
no.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
So same thing as earlier. Like you do hit it. It's not like
Yeah.
it's an easy target, but it's just you hit a non-vital area, and just it doesn't really seem to be affected by it. All right. At the end of Courtney's turn, and I will just go ahead and let you know this. I'll say Victoria, Patricia, you're like looking past. You can see the last runner from these double doors here sprints through. It is going to spend its turn getting there. That is the end of its turn. Patricia, you are up.
I mean, my method worked really well last time.
Yeah, it did.
Run up, hit, and run away. So I'll go right here, hit that guy.
All right, roll for attack.
24.
24 headshot threshold. You immediately
Hell
run up, step
yeah.
forward, stab this
The
infected
headshot
right in the
queen.
temple, and then pull back.
It's amazing. I mean, in the last battle too, like Patricia has done
Yeah.
so
She
well.
did
Yeah.
so many headshots.
Like what?
Some people
the
step
hell?
up. Some people
So
step
good.
up when
It's
shit
so
goes
good.
And
down.
Patricia is
And
one
then
of
I
those
run
people.
away.
Yeah, amazing. At the end of your turn, this one's going to come down, and it is going to attack. I think seeing Patricia be such a badass, I think it would like go towards Patricia, but Roy is there, so that means it's going to attack Roy. So it's a +4 against Roy. That is a 17 that's going to hit. And only 2 points of damage to Roy. So Roy's looking hurt, but he's still standing.
Being chipped away at little by little.
Yeah. Now, Victoria, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna I'm gonna try to shoot the new infected.
The one, which one? This guy back here?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
14.
14 is going to hit and do full damage. Yeah.
5.
5 points of damage. Nice. So immediately hurt this guy pretty bad, but he hasn't been hurt, so still standing.
Could I just like run sort of by, is that Leah over there? Like kind of behind the wall by the elevator?
For sure.
I can't move myself.
Yeah. So right here? Is that what you meant? Cool. Sorry, I didn't have that zoom up. All right, at the end of Victoria's turn, this infected is going to attack Leah. Gets a +4 to this. That is an 11. That is going to miss.
Hell yeah.
It swings at Aaliyah, and she kind of dodges out of the way last second, like swinging her knife, even though she has the pistol as well. At the end of its turn, it is now Roy's turn. Roy. Come on now. +3 in the zombie right in front of you. Fuck. It's a 7 for Roy. Roy's just like firing wildly. He sucks. At the end of his turn, it's now Leah's turn. She's going to stab with her knife. She gets a +3 to this. No, 2 to this. That's a 12. That's going to hit and do half damage. So she does 1 point of damage to this infected right in front of her.
Hey, that's not nothing.
It's not nothing. At the end of her turn, it's now Abe's turn. He's going to fire at the one in front of Roy. He gets a +4. That's a natural 20. Abe shows Roy how it's done, headshotting the infected right in front of him. At the end of his turn, Julian, you are up.
Okay.
You're feeling sick. You're feeling weird. But another thing that you're feeling is angry. Incredibly angry. Rageful, some might say.
With this guy in front of me and still with some of my wits about me, can I push it through the door?
The door's closed.
Oh, the door's closed?
Yeah, Courtney closed the door.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed that because I was looking at The Last of Us wiki again. Sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. Okay, I will push it up against the door and stab it.
Okay, roll for an attack.
Even though there's a little part of me that kind of doesn't want to, but I'll do it a little bit slowly to see what happens.
Roll for attack.
That is a 15, 16, 17.
Hit and does full damage. Roll for attack. Roll for damage. This guy's not been hurt yet.
He hasn't been hurt?
Nope.
That is a 6 then.
6 points of damage. All right. You see as you're pushing this infected back against the wall, it is treating you like an obstacle, like something it just needs to get past. It is like not focusing on you at all, actively trying to just push you out of the way. You stab into it. It roars in pain and looks at you and makes eye contact and like roars at you. You see tendrils of fungus peering out of its mouth as it screams. But then it pushes back and then is trying to push past you again.
Okay. That's
the end of your turn. At the end of your turn, this infected is going to run up and attack Roy. It's +4. That's a dirty 20. Worth 4 points of damage. Roy's looking rough. He's taking a lot of damage. He's been a bit of a tank for you guys. At the end of his turn, Brandy, you are up.
All right, I'm gonna run up here, knowing that Julian just saved my life. I'm gonna try and protect Leah in return.
thank you.
I'm just gonna...
Well, you sound so garbled and crazy.
Whoa.
That was weird.
That was like a robot filter.
Yeah.
I know. I thought because
Oh no.
Zach was going like this, and it sounded like he was doing it to you.
Okay, 1 second. For our audio listeners. all 10 of you.
This
Is it better
podcast is
now?
brought
Yes,
to you
it's
by
good.
Squarespace.
Okay, great. So that is a 19, 23 to
20,
hit.
23. With that, you immediately jump on its back, stab down into it. It is dead. At the end of your turn, the infected, like, now seeing Brandy move away, doesn't really care about Julian. It's going to reach out and try to attack Courtney.
No, Courtney.
Why do they always roll so high?
That is a 21 to hit.
Yeah.
Anything
Nothing to be
happen?
done.
Anything happen?
Martyr.
No!
Oh.
Okay. This is a +1. Or this is a...
Can
It's a D6, so it has to hit... It has to hit a 1 to not kill you.
okay, wait.
Anything
here.
other than that, it hits you.
No, not martyr, not today. So just
Can I mind game?
Disadvantage, not today. She's doing
Yeah.
not today, which is
Okay.
disadvantage, so...
Okay.
Okay, that's a 9 + 4, which is 13.
That meets.
Okay, so...
But
yeah.
can I do my
What's yours? Oh, take cover?
take cover
Yep,
or alert?
you definitely can. Yeah. So you... your version of take cover is literally just like cowering in this moment.
Yeah,
You're literally just like fetal position real quick. As you do that, we'll say you're not today, Julian, is just like a narrative like push, knocking the infected off balance, and it just swings wildly. It doesn't hit. Woo! Okay, at the end of Brandy's turn, Courtney, you are now up.
Courtney would kind of like, with the infected off balance, would kind of like try and like shove it against the wall and stab
Okay,
towards its brain again.
roll an attack.
Yeah, let's do it.
Come on, Courtney.
19.
Okay, full damage. Roll for damage. It got pretty hurt from Julian's attack.
Oh. It's 3, but I'm gonna use Know Thy Enemy.
It had 4 hit
and-
points, so you
Yeah.
so you slam it up against the wall, stab into it, Julian. As this knife, more like a pocket knife switchblade kind of a thing, enters the chest, the heart of this creature, it like falls down to the ground and like is roaring in pain. Its mouth starts to fill with blood, and then you see it turn and look at you, and it reaches out for you in desperation before it falls to the ground dead.
Can I hold its hand?
Yeah. It reaches out for you and grabs your hand, and it starts trying to
Yeah.
pull itself towards you, and then
That's
it
awful.
falls limp.
Yeah, I would stay there with it.
Okay. At the end of Courtney's turn, after killing this infected is going to attack Roy again. Gets a +4 to this. That's a 16. You see this infected jump on top of Roy and just slam its fists into him, and you see Roy's chest cave in, and blood immediately starts to pull out of its mouth as the infected just continues to beat on Roy, and Roy dies right in front of you.
What?
Sorry, Roy.
Didn't he have any bonus actions?
NPCs don't have bonus actions.
Oh.
And he took, that was the 5th attack that hit him. He took a lot of damage for you
He
guys.
couldn't hit, but he could get hit.
It is now Patricia's turn. Patricia, you're up.
The only thing he's good for.
Yeah, I know.
Wow, guys. That was a human, okay?
Listen, we've all got it.
Roy was
I'm
the
gonna-
NPC that everybody yelled his name when he got hurt in the video game, where they're like, "Oh, Roy, where are you, Roy?"
Yeah. What do you do, Patricia?
While this is distracted, beating the shit out of Roy, I'm gonna go up and attack it.
All right. Roll to hit.
Come here.
Wasn't as good. 14.
14 is going to hit and do full damage.
Okay. What's it? What is that? D6 plus
Come
2.
here.
4 points of damage.
4 points of damage. That's the first damage it took. It turns and looks at you after your turn and is going to attack you.
Oh wait, I'm gonna run away, so it's gonna need to at least
Okay, where do you...
move to me.
It does move to you. It follows you.
Mind games.
Okay, so it's going to be a disadvantage, which is good because that was an 18, and that's an 8. So it goes to get you, and Victoria, very classically, as she always does, goes, "Hey!" And the infected last second turns and looks at you as it's swinging and doesn't hit Patricia. All right.
I love that that's an ability that only Victoria can do.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it is.
Hey.
Victoria, you're up.
I have no agility, so I knew that means. I think I would try to like yell, or I don't know how far away this is. I would try to ask Julian, how many are back there? Like behind the door. Is Julian the one that checked?
Yeah.
Or no, Brandy checked, but I'm
Oh yeah,
there
Brandy
now.
checked. So you can ask Brandy.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
there were two more, right?
Yeah.
'Cause we killed 2 that came through, 2 behind that door.
And you know the door
But
that you guys came through the
none
first time are
behind
clear
the door
now.
we
Yeah.
came in, right?
I like this movie.
I would like to. Well, wait, hold on. Can I use my turn to like prepare a Molotov
Sure, yeah.
if I have the material?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna
Hold
do
an
that.
action, basically.
No, like
Yeah.
make
Oh,
one.
make it. Oh, yeah, you can use
Like
an action to
make
make
it.
them. Yeah, you can use an action to make a Molotov.
Yeah.
Do you move at all? Is that your turn?
Yeah, I would just move like kind of. Sorry. To the left of Brandy.
Boom, right there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, perfect. At the end of your turn, the infected is going to attack Patricia again. That is a 12 to hit. That hits? Okay.
Wait, so I have on I wrote down +1 to AC and attacks. What does anyone
Because of the
remember
books
why
that
I
you
wrote
guys
Oh, that
read.
was the books we read.
Oh, so no, my AC's a 13 then.
Okay,
Nope.
so it does not hit you.
Mm-hmm.
You remember last second what it talks about, like weight
Yep.
balance, and you're able to
Forgot
like
about
keep
that.
your feet on you, and you're able to jump out of the way. At the end of your turn, Roy's dead. Leah is going to run and help Patricia.
Thanks,
Yes,
Leah.
babe.
She gets a +2
Yes,
to
babe.
this. There's a 13, which hits and does half damage.
Yes, girl.
3 half to 1.
Yes. Well, that's still
So it's still she's done 1 point of damage both times she's attacked. At the end of her turn, it's now Abe's turn, who is going to kind of step over Roy's body to gain advantage on this attack. And with a 21, which is the headshot threshold,
Yeah.
Abe stands behind this infected, stabs it in the head, and the infected screams, goes silent. And for a moment, however brief it is, all you do is hear that electric hum once more until it is replaced with the infected screeching, roaring behind the door next to Courtney and Julian.
Does it sound like more than 2 now?
It does sound like more than 2 now.
Okay.
Yes.
How many-
All right, time to go, everyone. We're out of here. Hope you
Did
got
we
it
get
up.
what we came for?
I think so.
Abe is just kneeling over Roy's dead body. And he seems like in shock. He doesn't really seem to be listening to anything that is being said.
I would try to. Abe, what do we do? What are we supposed to do now?
He looks back down at Roy, looks back up at you. Okay. Okay. And he looks at you, Brandy, and he can't really speak for himself right now, but you know that you have two options right now. You can either grab what you've gotten so far and get back up to the roof, cross the plank again. It'll be easier this time. But you won't have as much stuff and will most likely have to come back in order to get more. Or you can try to find more stuff and then try to use the ambulance in the back of the hospital to get more stuff. And you'll get more in one trip. Now,
Boy.
I will say, with that barricade being down, you do not know what the layout of these 3 floors is now. You thought you had 3 floors to work with. You don't know what they are now. So it is a risk. You will most likely run into more infected. But you can try. It's up to you. But you know that those are the 2 options you have. Get out or risk more.
I think that seeing him in the state that he is, Brandy kind of steps up as, you know, and lays it out for everyone. So everyone knows the options, everyone knows the details. We've made it this far by working together, so I don't see any reason why we shouldn't all do so now. Do we press forward and go for the ambulance, or do we cut our losses and go now and leave?
We've proved that it's possible. This is Leah. Maybe we come back with more people, more prepared. I don't know if I can stay in here any longer.
We already lost 2 people. No offense, Julian.
Take it. Oh.
Are you okay, babe? Are you okay? You look really hurt.
Don't touch me. I'm sorry.
If we leave now, and she's gonna look at Julian and be like, what do we do with you?
Well, we take her back to the camp.
No.
We cannot take her back to camp.
What do you mean?
Oh. You gotta leave me here. You gotta leave me here.
What? No, we still have hours. We potentially hours.
I don't think we have hours.
You definitely feel that because of the damage that you have taken,
Mm-hmm.
the weaker your body is, the quicker it is succumbing to this infection.
Yeah. And I already feel angry and like you
Which
said.
has subsided somewhat with the adrenaline going down, but it's still there.
Yeah.
I want to go over to Julian and like grab her and be like, I will look after Leah for you.
I'll look at all of you and just say, get out of here. Maybe I can clear as many as possible. Does anybody have a bomb, cocktail, I have a gun. I can try to clear this place out for you when you come back.
I can make another Molotov.
That can't be the solution.
It has to be. I can't go back. I can't go back because then it's going to be...
You could potentially go peacefully. You can fall asleep. You can... It doesn't have to be this violent end.
There is enough drugs here. I mean, I could inject you with as much morphine as this hospital has.
See, yeah, you could have a euphoric ending.
But what if you guys need those things?
Please.
And I'll take her face, and like, my hands are shaking, and everything feels terrible. And I'll just say, Leah, you gotta have a whole life's worth of boring days, okay? So get out of here and go with these people and build something, okay?
She interrupts you by kissing you.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then she runs out of the room.
I'll look at Victoria, like,
You hear the banging get louder, and then you hear like a creaking. And Abe goes, "We gotta go now." And he runs out the room.
I'm gonna make a Molotov really fast, and I'm gonna hand it to her.
Yeah. Do you hand your Molotov to her, Victoria?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I kind of want to give like a, I don't know, like a good like.
For some, I don't know why
handshake,
I have heard this. I always hear. I've heard this as
medieval
the
friendship
well, also the He-Man handshake. I don't know why it's called that, but the He-Man handshake.
Can I take off the military vest and give it to Brandy?
Yeah.
To either disperse or wear herself.
Yeah, of course.
Cool.
I'll probably give it to Leah in a second.
So we'll go one at a time here. As you hand that to Brandy, and Brandy, as you say goodbye to Julian, what do you do as you say goodbye?
I'm gonna, as I said, I'll kind of like grasp your hand and hand over the Molotov and kind of look you in the eye, and I'm just gonna say like, give him hell.
Fuck yeah.
It's a
Brandy.
pleasure knowing you. And then she'll nod and go find Leah to give her the best.
Victoria, you step up to say goodbye to Julian.
Oh god.
You've taught me more in the last couple of months than I've learned in a long time about people. And I just want to say thank you. And I promise I'll take care of Leah, but not in a sexual way, because that would be disrespectful. Unless you want me to. I could if you want.
Then I'll hug her.
Yeah. And Victoria.
Stay not a zombie as long as you can. I love you.
Victoria leaves you with a little bit of a chuckle as Patricia steps up. And Patricia, you say goodbye to Julian.
Just put a hand on Julian's shoulder, squeeze, and give her a nod. And I have 2 knives.
Okay.
I'll give you one of the knives.
Okay.
Cool.
And then you leave.
Walk away. Yep.
And Courtney, as you are here, left alone with Julian, what do you do?
I walk forward and I take out a bottle of pills and shake out 2 of them and kind of press them into her palm and say, "This shouldn't make you dizzy or knock you out or anything like that, but it would take the edge off. I'm sorry. Thank you. You've saved my ass a couple times already. I wish I could do the same for you."
You did. You did more than I could ever hope.
Good luck. I turn and walk.
And Julian, you see Courtney run out the stairs. Run out the doors, I mean. And as you are left alone with that electric hum and the banging and shrieking of monsters that you yourself are destined to turn into, we will cut away from that for now. And we will cut to the roof of the building. As all of you make it back up to the roof, and you look at the plank in front of you, and you know that safety is one more step away. Now this time, crossing this plank, you have 1 roll.
Again.
It is at
No.
advantage, and you have an additional +1. Abe is going to go first. This means he has a +5 to this roll. He succeeds. Abe makes it across. Who's next? And this will need to be in the chat like last time.
I'll go next.
All right, you go next, Brandy. Add advantage. What is your modifier? +5 now?
+5, yep.
All right, go ahead. That's a natural 20. Brandy just is so engulfed in emotion right now that you barely notice what you're doing, and you just cross the bridge as if you're walking normally.
Yep.
At the end of Brandy's turn, who goes next? Victoria, Courtney, Patricia.
Go.
I think I would be ushering them, not because I'm scared, but because I'm trying to be a leader.
Okay, all right. So Patricia, you
Yeah,
said
I'm
you're
feeling
gonna
a little braver this time.
roll at advantage. What's your the additional +1? What's your modifier before you roll?
+3 total.
+3. Go ahead and roll. That's an 11. You make it across.
Okay.
Okay.
I forgot I was 10.
That's an 11. You make it across. Courtney, what's your additional modifier now with the +1?
What was the
You just get a +1.
Stat?
Oh, agility. Sorry.
yeah?
I think it's a +3 total now.
Yeah, +3.
Okay. Go
yeah.
ahead and roll in the chat. D20 +3. All right, it's a 15. You make it across.
15. Yeah.
All right, Victoria, you are the last person. An agility check to cross at advantage. That's a 4.
Okay, we have advantage.
So that fails. Go ahead and roll again. And that's a natural 20. You start
my
to
God.
stumble just like you did last time, and you reach out for the railing, but you stop yourself last second. You take a moment, you breathe. You remember that you said you had a job to do, and oh wait, I forgot, Leah didn't go yet. So you go across, and then Leah is there. And now Leah has to cross. Leah gets a +3 total now. She has this advantage, and she's going to roll.
Okay.
It's a 12. Leah makes it. Everybody makes it back across, and you successfully exit the hospital. As you all leave and head back to the survivors on the rooftops, it is a slow, quiet walk. Abe is incredibly stoic and statuesque. And Leah is completely silent, seemingly tears having run out. But you all slowly start to make your way back. And as they walk back, Leah pulls out a ring with a little note. She sees that one tear falls and drops on the ring. She wipes it off and puts it on her finger. She unfolds the note, and it reads,
My sweet, my love, my Leah. Remember that time in Paris when we went to visit your parents and we got separated in the crowd and for the whole day we couldn't find each other? But you had a little family that helped you get back to our hotel. You didn't need me. You had the world. This is your little family now. They are going to help you get back home. And it might take a while to feel good, but you can never give up because you don't even know who you're going to need to help in this life. And that is big. You are the world. Je t'aime pour la tour.
She folds the note into the shape of a heart, and she sticks it in her front pocket. We then cut away from the rooftops, and we cut back to that ICU room. Julian, you're standing there, staring at the door. These monsters have now bent in one of the corners of the door. You can see them. And they're not looking at you. They just know that there were things past this door, and their animalistic brains are still locked on getting past this door. As you stare at them, as you stare at what you are to become, you have a gun, a knife, a couple Molotovs, in the satisfaction that you're pretty sure your wife, now wife, and newfound family are safe. What do you do?
Okay, this is gonna get weird.
I love it.
So I think I would find the button that Courtney found to open the door
Okay.
and see, knowing that that one didn't pay attention to me, open it up and let them kind of roam and see if they like calm down.
You open the door, they run in, bursting through, and immediately start like just sniffing, searching, looking around the ICU. Some of them like knock over some trays, some carts.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually they all stop.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that some of them look at you.
Mm-hmm.
One even comes right up to you. Kind of like sniffs at you. It opens its mouth and looks at you, and then kind of looks away. They don't seem to be paying each other much attention, so they're not paying you much attention either. But you watch as they just slowly look throughout this room, and it's almost childlike, the way they interact with everything, as if it's new for the first time. And what do you do as you watch them after they've calmed down?
I think I would, as they calm down, I would like walk amongst them.
Uh-huh.
Just like kind of that freedom to
Yeah.
like mingle.
Yeah.
And like starting to feel kind of the takeover of losing, my like mobility, or like feeling a little erratic. I would probably like find one and then like gently stab it in a place that would kill it.
Mm-hmm.
And then pull it down the hallway, maybe out of the way of this main room, to kind of like tidy up. And I think I would do that for as many as I can, if not all of them. How many total?
There are dozens. Some of them have already left the room by the time you get through 4 or 5.
Like back towards.
Yeah. Just wander. Just
closed
start
door?
to wander again. Yeah.
Yeah. I think as
All
much time
throughout
as
the
I had,
hospital.
I would try to get as many as possible.
After about
Just to
your
leave it.
6th or 7th one,
Mm-hmm.
just the dragging of the bodies. They don't put up much fight because you're able to just walk up right behind them. But the dragging of the bodies, the walking around, you've been beat up, bitten.
Mm-hmm.
You start to cough. You realize you cough blood. You find a moment where you can look at your wound once more. You see that like a shimmer of what looks like mold has started to coalesce over the bite. And you know that your faculties will be about you for probably another 10 minutes or so.
I would just start. I would make a shit ton of noise in that hallway, like down the hallway where I've been like putting the bodies.
Yeah.
to see if I can recall all of the live ones back towards me.
Yeah, you start, they just like, you take like a metal thing and just start banging it.
Yeah.
They all just start kind of slowly making their way to you until eventually you have just this little like swirling little mass of infected that is just kind of like ceaselessly like just knowing that there's noise here, not really understanding, looking at you like what's going on, like just searching, sniffing. They're trying to smell for anything to infect, really.
Yeah.
But they can't find it.
If I could, I would throw a Molotov at them. As many as could get burned up.
You throw a Molotov. Some of them start to burn. You hear screaming.
And if we're here in this little area that's on the thing, I would lay down in a bed. And I would take the 2 pills that Courtney gave me. And I would be done.
Do you just let sleep take you? Or
Yeah, I would.
do you let yourself turn?
Well, is the pills just it's not going to kill me, the pills?
No. It'll make your last moments of consciousness much nicer.
Ooh. Okay.
Do what you
Just in case Leah were to come back, I wouldn't want her to see me turned. So I would take the pills. I would walk into the Molotov and I would shoot myself and hope that I burn. So that she will not know that that one is me.
The camera looks at Julian's face as she swallows the pills. And maybe as a couple tears start to fall, we turn around to the back of Julian's head. And the camera stays still as Julian starts to walk forward. There's just a wall of flame. The sprinkles have been used. It's not a continuous thing that can keep happening. The water reserve is out. This fire is starting to burn. It's a linoleum floor, so the only thing burning is the bodies and their clothes, but they're burning. And you step forward, and we see Julian backlit by these flames. And as we pan away, and Julian just gets out of frame, we hear a gunshot. And back on the rooftops, as all of you are crossing, Leah pauses for a moment. She takes in a sharp inhale, almost as if she knows. A single tear falls. Je t'aime. And she walks forward. And we cut back to that hospital. And as the camera is panning, continuing, there's more movement and shadows from other infected down the hallway that we can see. We don't see them, we see them. There's shadows coming from another hallway heading towards the commotion, the fire, the gunshots. Maybe more will fall into the fire. And then we see one figure, the shadow of which is contorted even further. They're wearing some kind of hat or some kind of weird object. Their head seems misshapen. And in the darkness over the electrocom, you just hear.
Oh.
And that is where we will end tonight's session. So that is the end. Next week we will have a session that kind of wraps up this season. We'll have a talk back, as well as discussion from all of you as to what you think kind of happens in the next day or so. A little epilogue for your characters. This will be, this feels so disingenuous to say this right after such a heartfelt moment. This will be subscriber only. So if you want to watch, and hear us talk about this, and talk about the emotional depth that it takes to do this, and just kind of like hear about questions, and if you want to ask your own questions, subscribe and you'll be able to join us for that. Angie, unfortunately, will not be able to join us for that, which kind of seems apropos in a sad way. But Angie, I will have her give me some of her thoughts that I could share on her behalf during the talk back. But thank you all for watching. That was an emotional journey. One that we will still have some closure on. But it was a good story, I think. One of love and sacrifice, and acceptance of your surroundings and the situation that you're in, and also a story of what kind of person do you become when push comes to shove. And we'll talk about all that and more next week at 6:30 p.m. Central right here. This coming Thursday, nothing's happening, and by that I mean tomorrow. Strahd is going to happen tomorrow, Wednesday, at 7 p.m. Central at a special time, so tune in for that. And then this coming Sunday, we have another Tearoth session at 1 p.m. Central, and then we'll come right back here for the talkback of the Remain Season 6 at 6:30 p.m. Central. Take care of yourselves physically, but also definitely mentally and emotionally, maybe spiritually as well. And if you're going to play games like this, make sure you play it with people you trust like we do. That being said, I love my players, the best players a GM can ask for. I say it every time, but I definitely mean it this time. And as always, everybody say bye.